I'm getting here, your communication with the divine has been really strong lately. I'm getting here that you've been tapping in, listening to your intuition, meditating. You know what I'm saying? Like, just really assessing the way you're thinking about life, yourself, and your circumstances in order to manifest better situations. But I'm getting here that something is feeling like it's getting old to you. It's like the same ways that you were connecting with the divine, they're almost becoming outdated. So the divine is warning you that there is going to be an end to the way the divine was communicating with you in the past. And you can look forward to some new ways that the divine is going to be communicating with you. But it won't be easy to figure out exactly what the divine is saying. Stick around. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull some more so we can get a little bit deeper into this situation. Okay. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Belle, your Orchid Mrs. Oracle, and here I give weekly messages that help me and my fellow orchids tap into our higher selves and strengthen our intuition. These messages are not to convince you, but to help guide you through healing on your spiritual journey with patience and precision. So we have the Angel of Time here. We have the Angel of the Underworld. We have the Angel of Truth. And we have the Angel of Annihilation. So, as I was saying before, there was a way that the divine was communicating with you in the past. Okay. I'm also getting here that there were certain number sequences that the divine was communicating with you through. And now the divine needs you to change your perception on these number sequences and these different synchronicities that have been happening, the ways that the divine has been getting in contact with you. Okay. I'm getting here specifically that it's like the divine is saying, like, so you're ready to communicate on a higher level now? Is that what you're saying? Are you actually trying to get through to the divine that you need more complex communication systems when it comes to you and the divine? Okay, let's pull some tarot to see exactly, what's going on with this energy. Ooh, okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. With this Wheel of Fortune coming out, I immediately got new levels, new devils. Okay. So the old ways that the divine was communicating with you won't even work anymore because you're going to be in these upgraded situations. You're going to be in rooms that you didn't necessarily plan to be in, but it was meant for you to be there. So the divine can't communicate with you in the same ways because you won't be doing the same things that you used to be doing. I'm getting here, you could be coming into more money that you have to manage, more relationships that you have to manage. Okay, let's see what we can get here to clarify this Malkuth, Angel of the Underworld energy. Okay, we have the Lord of Illusionary Success, Seven of Cups. Okay, so it's like this energy where, you know, you could be actually like requesting from the divine that you get different communication methods. Okay, but it's like when these new methods come in, there are going to be certain things that you're going to have to go through to wake you up to exactly how the divine is communicating with you. Okay, so it's not going to be like, oh, we used to communicate this way, this is how the divine got my attention this before, so now it's just going to be new stuff. No, because when the things that you went through, your trials and your tribulations that you went through, were the things that catapulted you towards your spiritual awakening and broadened your awareness. So it's like, I don't want to make it a little, but there are things that you're going to have to go through. There are going to be situations that you have to put your full faith into the divine, and there are going to be synchronicities that happen within these situations where you have to put all your faith into the divine. And then this is how the divine presents these different synchronicities and these different communication methods that you'll be using to communicate going forward into this next season. Let's get something to clarify this Angel of Truth, okay? So we have the Fool coming out to clarify the Angel of Truth. So this just clarifies this energy of you just not really knowing what's coming up next. Okay. I'm getting here that you have more than a mustard seed of faith. Okay. And this is the reason why the divine is seeing you in this full energy. Okay. This energy where it's like you don't even know what's coming up next. You're asking for more. You're asking for different things, but it's like, are you ready for the things that I'm going to have to put you through in order for you to get what you're asking for? Okay. I'm getting here too, like, you don't really understand how much abundance and how much, like, blessings your truth is manifesting for you. I'm getting here, you're just completely unaware of what the divine has next for you based on your truth. Let's see if we can get something to clarify this angel of annihilation. What's going on with this angel of annihilation? I'm getting something about an ending. Okay, there is some, obviously there is an ending coming out here. Yeah, King of Swords. There could be a situation that you need to cut out of your life. And this is funny because it's not just like, oh, there's a situation that you just need to cut out of your life because it's keeping you stagnant and it's blah blah blah. Okay. Honestly, the situation could be unstable. The situation could cause you a lot of anxiety, but it's something that's causing you anxiety that you don't realize is causing you anxiety. And the divine is going to bring this to your awareness soon enough when it needs to. Okay. The divine will let you know when it's time exactly what this is. But I'm also getting here that you really need to assess the way things are making you feel right now. This is going to let you know what the divine needs you to get released. Okay. Let's see if we can get some more cards. Actually, let's pull from this deck right here. Okay. I said this in my last message, but I'm getting here big time. Drink you some water. I know for me, I've been eating. I've been eating a lot. So I don't know if, somebody, one of my orchids out there watching has been packing on the plate, but I'm getting here, make sure that you're drinking water, okay? I'm getting here that like your body is building up this. When I think of people gaining weight, or I think of weight in general, I think of like physical metaphysical currency. So when you put more weight on your body, to me, it's like you attract more abundance because you're releasing this scarcity mindset. You're releasing this lack mindset. It's almost like uh but like not in like a overly like, over, you could be overeating. You might be overeating just a little bit. Okay. So you might want to check that, figure that out. Cause I know for me, I've been eating and I'm not even freaking hungry. So that might be for somebody, especially for me. Okay. So I've been having to make sure I'm drinking more water because for whatever reason, my appetite is big right now. Okay. Let's see if we can get something for this Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Codependency, freedom. Let me put it this way, right? So it's like these ways that you were, the divine was communicating with you through these different synchronicities, these different number sequences that gave you hints into people, places, and situations that you needed to release. I'm getting here like to some certain extent you became codependent on these like communication methods. And the divine is saying like that's the reason why you're kind of like getting bored of this, the way that you guys were communicating is because like you're getting over this codependent energy, depending on things to make you feel a certain way, depending on things to give you confirmation instead of just having faith and knowing that it's coming in for you. Okay. It's like you were codependent on confirmation. Okay. So divine is saying like, because you're actively, releasing this energy, this is the reason why you're looking for other ways that, you're looking for more complex ways to communicate with the divine, because the old ways, it just doesn't fit anymore for, the person that you're developing into. All right. Let's see if we can get something to clarify this Lord of Illusionary Success. Let's see. So we have boundaries, set them daily. All right. You know, that's funny because like I was literally just talking about like overeating. I'm getting here that you kind of need to set boundaries with yourself too. Okay. You kind of need to set boundaries on the amount of time that you put into things, okay? Because I'm getting here that you could be thinking that because you're putting so much time into something that you're going to reap the rewards. But really, it's not about the time that you put into things. It's about the intention you put behind things and moving when you feel energetically called to move, not moving because you're trying to force something or you're trying to see a specific result. I'm getting here from this mantis being energy that this is moving when the divine tells you to move, not when you feel like you need to move, not when the world says that you need to move. Okay, I'm getting here to set boundaries with your time and your energy with yourself, though, like what you give your time to. Okay, let's see if we can get something here for let's see if we can get some clarification on this Fool card. Okay, so we have family, truth. Ooh, okay. So there could be, all right, there could be some sort of truth that you withhold when it comes to like your family. When it comes to this Fool energy in this family circles of life, okay, I'm getting some like passed on loved ones who are assisting you heavily. All right, you could have some passed on loved ones that they passed on when you were like really young, so they had a different point of view of your life and the things that you went through and the people that you know how people treated you and stuff like that. I'm getting here like this passed on loved one that, like I'm saying, like this loved one could have passed on when you were super young, like a baby or something. This loved one has like been around you, like I'm getting this omnipresent kind of energy where this energy is always like around you and protecting your energy and kind of like seeing other people within the family dynamic in a different light, but not necessarily in a negative way, because once they transcend outside of their physical body, there is no this person is good, this person is bad. Okay, there's just a divine plan. And everybody plays a role, whether your mortal existence feels as if it's good or bad. That's down to perception. But I'm getting here that this loved one has been just like around you for so long, unbeknownst to you. And since they passed on when you were so young, you can't there it wasn't even like, how some people when they have a loved one that passes on, they're like, oh, this person really liked blueberries, and like every time you see blueberries you think about this person. Like I'm getting here, there's nothing that you could really like connect back to this loved one because you were just so young when they passed. But I'm getting here like this loved one has been around you like every step of the way. One of the energies that has been assisting you with keeping your heart posture and your intentions in the right place. Okay, so that's specific for somebody. Let's see if we can get some clarification on this King of Swords. Okay. Emotional well-being. I was literally saying with this King of Swords, right, that there's a situation that's causing you some sort of anxiety and is unstable, but you don't necessarily realize that this situation is making you feel this way right now. It's almost like you're oblivious to the real impact that this situation is having on you, or this dynamic is having on you. But I'm getting here that once you tap in a little bit more and like really accept the way you feel about these people or the situation, this is when you'll be able to accept that this is what needs to go. But like I said before, it could actually like surprise you a little bit, like I actually didn't realize that this was having this much of an effect on me. And it might be a little bit hard for you to embody this King of Swords energy because of however emotionally tied you feel to the situation or the people and that's involved with this. But I'm getting here that it's going to be in your best interest to follow the way things are making you feel. Pay attention to how things are making you feel. Okay, let's get an angel to help us with closeout. Let's with closeouts. Angel of Visions. Okay. So I'm getting here like this energy surrounding like daydreaming with this Angel of Visions helping us with closeout. Okay. The divine is saying you might want to pay attention to the stuff that you're daydreaming about because due to the fact that you're going into this new season and you're able to manifest a lot faster, you're most likely going to be manifesting the things that you're thinking about right now. So pay attention to what you're thinking about right now. Pay attention to these different like I'm just getting like this Piscean energy where it's kind of like watery and just like do 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 do. Like, just like, fantasy world. Yeah. And yeah, so just pay attention to what you're focusing on and like tackle those negative thoughts that pop up in your head when you are in that state. Okay. Let's see if we can get a card of advice from my favorite deck. Golly, this thing hard. All right, let's get a card of advice. And then we're going to go ahead and close this out. What do we need to know? Oh my gosh, the song that's popping in my head. Somebody that wait, no, how I go. Somebody that you used to know, but you didn't have to cut me off. What happened and now we were nothing. Whatever that song is, that just popped in my head. Somebody in your energy, like, you're treating me like somebody that you never used to know. But anyway, let's see if we can get some clarity. Okay. Peace. Somebody that you used to know. Somebody that you used to know was disturbing your freaking peace. Like, that's why they had to go. Okay. Yeah. So the divine is saying right now, like, focus on your peace. The divine is also giving me, like, with this Angel of Visions, that like this daydreaming kind of energy is like a blessing, honestly, because most people can't even relax their nervous system enough to be able to kind of like daydream and like, naturally just kind of like manifest the things that, you know, you want in the future, because like everybody is just so like frazzled and just out of alignment. Okay, so the divine is saying here, like, you really need to embrace and embody this peaceful time that you're in when it comes to your life. Do not let anyone or anything or any thought disturb this right here, your peace. Okay, don't let nobody disturb that. Okay, because there's gonna be some big stuff coming up and you're gonna be thinking back to this time and you're gonna be like, dang, like I remember right before all this stuff happened, like I was just so oblivious to like what was really coming in for me. But this is like a really beautiful time right here right now for you. I'm getting a lot of green here, so focus on your root chakra right now. Focus on healing your root chakra. Focus on healing your root chakra, okay? And I'm getting here solar plexus, okay? So yeah, focus on those things right now. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. If you like this message, like, comment, share, subscribe. Send this to somebody that you know needs to hear it. We got to push these messages out to the algorithm, okay? The other orchids need to know that there's somewhere for them, okay? If they don't know, it's because we didn't tell them, all right? So push these messages out. Share with somebody that needs to hear it, all right? Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers, or welcome to my orchids, my fellow orchids. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be offering personal readings. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe. Adios.